You ain't got to.
We already on here. It's too late now. What else you gonna say?
Go ahead. No, I ain't saying nothing. I'm gonna listen to you.
Well, then I'm gonna let them get in here then. Cause I don't want to be talking to myself, not today. So if they get in here, I get on. But if they don't, I won't. You can start it, right?
No, I'm fine. All I'm doing is I'm here to be interviewed, so.
He needs to have a change. Let me change the
Well, tell me about it. Come on, tell Daddy. Tell Daddy about it. What's going on? What doing? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Daddy. Uh-oh, Daddy.
Nobody's still on here. Alright, here's one person. I guess I get over there. I said, if only you can save one. That's all that matters. Okay, so listen. This is another purpose-driven video coming from your girl live straight out of South Florida. Samira La Rosa hotter than a toaster. Because it's heat and it's been hot. Okay, it's been constant heat coming from every fucking angle. Every angle. We have climate change. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit going on. We got the war in Israel. You know, we got a lot of stuff going on. We are at war. We are at war in other countries. We are at war in the state. We are at war in the communities. We are at war. How do I know that? You can tell by the neighborhoods, by the community, by the schools, by the institutions, by the people. You can just tell that it's up right now. All around the world, it's up. And it's, you know, it's been a war for me that I feel from the outside looking in that's been brewing for a long time. Something I had nothing to do with or no knowledge of. So let me ask you, I got my husband right here. He's going to be so kind today to let me interview him. And I'm going to ask the questions I want to know. And if anybody in the comments, you got a question, feel free to ask. Because today, it ain't nothing but the truth. The whole truth and all of it. And that's what it's always been with me. Anybody that know me knows that. Okay? Now, I don't even know where to start. Because this really wasn't planned, you know what I'm saying? But it's important, and I feel like it needs to be discussed. Okay? When I married my husband 3 years ago, I married him as Timothy Lamont Johnson. Timothy Lamont Johnson, the one that I knew, had been serving in the community. How do I know? Because he helped me with Leading Ladies, an organization that I founded back in Lexington, I think in 2016. Might have been before then, but somewhere around there. I can't remember. So much stuff going on. I can't remember. But, you know, and I didn't start it. God started it. How about that? Because the only reason why I started it, or I got the idea to start it, because I was living in Lexington, Kentucky, and it really wasn't much for the children to do as far as activities. So I ended up starting a dance team, and it was called Leading Ladies. But let me just go ahead and rewind the tape a little bit back. Because I told y'all the very first time I ever laid sight on my husband was out West End when I was about 14 years old in 96 at the One Love store. Okay? I seen him. I had my cousin with me because her granny lived right around the corner, my stepmama's niece. And when I seen him, I was like, dang, that's going to be my husband one day. You know what I'm saying? We just laughed and kept it moving. But when I first moved here, when I first moved to Lexington, Kentucky, I was really depressed, like real depressed. And the reason why I was depressed because my mom had not too long ago died, and I still was grieving over that. And then I moved from Florida to Kentucky to where everybody knew us in Florida. Like, my family is well known in Florida. And me and my brother was very talented in dancing. And everybody knew us for that. And so it's like when I moved to Lexington, the culture was just different. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's no culture in Lexington. But the culture that I was used to was way different when I moved to Lexington. The music, the food, the people, everything. And I have to say, Lexington people are way more welcoming than people in Florida, from my experience. And I'm from Florida, so that says a lot. However, I love Florida. I don't have no beef with Florida. That's where I was born and raised. So, anyways, I seen my husband, I seen culture. I seen God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen light. I seen positivity. Just good energy. That's what I seen when I met my husband. I was 14 years old. My husband's 10 years older than me. He's 24. So he wasn't even looking in my direction. You know what I'm saying? It was just like a little girl with a crush that he didn't know nothing about. So anyways, fast forward. Now, I had just seen him. We didn't talk. We didn't have no conversations. We bought our little incense and left out the store. Then I seen him again at the daycare. I was about 18 years old. He was married at the time. Him and his wife used to come to the daycare, my parents' daycare. It was called, it's called Kids Unlimited now, but it was called Imperial Child Care. Wasn't it, babe? At first, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it was Imperial Child Care. I think the name's changed a few times, so, but yeah. Anyways, so I would see them coming in and out, dropping off the children. I mainly seen Tim, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see Quinita as much as Tim dropping the children off, picking them up and stuff like that. And you know, I kind of like, damn, that's that dude that, you know what I'm saying, I used to see or I've seen or whatever. Like, okay, so he's married, he's got children. Wow, you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. So, once again, we never talked. We never did anything. You know what I'm saying? It was always respectful. Hi, how you doing? Bye. You know, how's the children? How was their day? That's it. So then fast forward, I was probably about, I was probably about 24-ish. Don't hold me to the timeline, but it was around that time. I was about 24 years old. I had broke up with my boyfriend that I was with at the current time. And, you know, I was just like, I don't know, I was kind of low. I was feeling low. I was feeling bad because I felt like this person really loved me. And, you know, I was just sad. You know how it is when you break up. Tommy said, little homie, wearing you out back there. My G, LOL.
You got hands.
Yeah, he got hands, for real. But anyways, where was I at?
Oh, he ain't no but 2 months old. Look how big he is. You know what you were saying, that he was 24.
Peace, bruh. So I was 24 years old at this time on the timeline. And I was with my friend Shoeshine. Like I said, I had just got out of a relationship. Now, the significance of that relationship is Timothy and this guy was friends. Now, I didn't know that initially. You know what I'm saying? That they were friends. Because, hell, I'm not from Lexington. You know, if you from a place, then you know the grassroots of it. You know who's kin to who and all that. I didn't know that. But in Florida, if I would have probably tried to date in Florida, I probably would have ended up marrying one of my family members. I'm just going to keep it real. So I'm about 24 years old. I had just broke up with my boyfriend. And then only way I knew that my boyfriend and Timothy were friends, because my ex-boyfriend at the time used to talk about Tim. He used to talk about, you know, how heroic his friend was, and, you know, he just talked about good things about Timothy, you know. So that was cool, you know, because we was together at the time. So anyways, so I see Tim out East End. I'm with my friend Shoeshine. Everybody, y'all know Shoeshine. He's from Lexington. He used to shine shoes downtown. Good brother. Rest in peace, Shoeshine. So I was with Shoeshine out East End. I'm 24 years old. Just got out of a relationship. Kind of feeling a little down. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a car. I just moved in a crib. I just paid a deposit. You know how it is. First month rent, all that stuff. And I just had got a new job. So when I ran into Timothy out East End, he was saying, we was just talking. The vibe was good. The energy was good. You know what I'm saying? We was having a real deep conversation just about life. And Shoeshine ended up leaving. And I stayed, and me and Tim, we continued our conversation. It was a really, really good conversation. I don't know how long I ended up standing on that back porch with him at the house we was at. But I stayed on that back porch for a long time. And we just talked, and we laughed, and we had a really, really good conversation, man. And I miss that. I miss my friend, because that was the start of our friendship. Now, at this time, I did not know Timothy situation as far as, was he married, was he not married. I did not know, but in my heart I felt like he wasn't married, only because, you know what I'm saying, like, so much time had passed. I had seen Timothy, you know what I'm saying, in passing with his family all the time. Every time I seen Tim, I'm not gonna lie, for the most part, I seen him with his family. I've always seen with his children, either his children, his wife, he was with his family. So I was even like, damn, like, Tim's talking to me for a long time. Like, okay, he must not be with his wife no more. Because, granted, like, one day I was out West End, and I used to, like, me and Quinita, we was cool. Now, I ain't gonna say we was friends, but every time we would see each other out, it was always love. I didn't have no ill intent, feelings, or anything. I thought she was a phenomenal person, to be honest. Like, she just had a real cool spirit. I wasn't plotting, planning, or nothing. I did not know Timothy and me and her, Quinita, we were not friends. I remember one day we chilled out West End, and you know we kind of talked and laughed, and you know had a couple of drinks, and she was real cool. And I'm like, damn, like why can't I find? In my mind, I remember, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, like why can't I find more females like this in Lexington that's not insecure, that's confident, that's full of life? She reminded me of my mama. I'm gonna keep it real. Like it's like damn, like she reminded me of my mama, cause that's how my mama was my girl. So okay, so back to that day out East End. The conversation was good, everything was smooth. So then when I was about to leave, Timothy was like, hey, you know, he was like, I'm going out of town for a little while, you know, for a wedding. My peoples is getting married. You want to come with me? I'd like to take you on a date. So I'm like, damn, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my first little out of town. I'm with my round. Oh, nah, I'm just playing. But nah, seriously though, like, it was special to me because at the time I was low and I didn't have no children. I wasn't married. I was just a single woman out here trying to survive, paying full rent, full cop, full, but everything paying my way. No, nothing. So it was hard. Y'all know how it's hard being single. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no benefits. It's not easy being single and footing all the fucking bills and weight and stuff. Excuse my language. But anyways, so I had just got a crib. I paid all the bills to be in the crib. So I told Tim, I'm like, hey, I just got a new job. You know what I'm saying? Me and my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, we ain't kicking it no more. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to leave the streets alone. And that's not what I'm looking for. I don't want to deal with nobody that's in the streets. And how many days do you want me to go on this trip with you? He said 3. And I said, well, I make $100 a day in my job, so I'm going to need $300. Listen, you know what I'm saying? I ain't for the tricking. I'm not for the, you know what I'm saying? I'm not for that. What it was I was being real with him. I was being real. If I have to take off for these days and I just got my foundation reestablished as a single woman with no children, you know what I'm saying? I came to him as real as can be. So he's like, that's not a problem. That's cool. Like, you know, come on with me. Come to the wedding with me. So I'm like, all right, bet. So we drive out of town. We go. We, you know what I'm saying? We kick it. You know, we have a really, really, really good time. Like, seriously, like, you know what I'm saying? It's the best date I ever been on. For real. It's the best date I ever been on. And, so yeah, we kick it out of town or whatever. And now mind you, before this, we had not had any sexual relations. We had kissed, touched, nothing. I'm 24. Timothy's 10 years older than me. He's 34 at the time. 35, somewhere around there, maybe 36. Maybe I was 26. That seems more about right, but I don't know. Anyways, that really don't matter. But okay, so, you know, after the date, y'all know how it is, women. You know, like, when somebody take you, especially we go out of town, we kicking it, we eating good, you know what I'm saying? We just having a good time. And, you know, I'm like, damn, the trip is almost over. Like, you know, am I going to give him some play? Am I not going to give him no play? Like, what's up? Like, because really, I felt like the only way he would step to me for real, because I didn't ask him if he was married or not. I assumed he wasn't because every time I seen him, he was with his family. And the last time that I seen Quinita, she was kicking it with somebody else in the park. So I honestly did not know. And I thought that if my friend, if this man stepped to me, being that he's seen how I move, like you might not know people in your community, but you see him. You see him. So he's seen how I move, and he knew not to come to me unless he came correct. So I said, I'm going to let my guard down. So I let my guard down. I gave him some action. You know what I'm saying? The next day we ended up leaving. We come back to Lexington. Him and his peoples that went with us, They ended up staying all night at my crib. And when I woke up, you know what I'm saying, Tim was gone. The friend was gone. I looked for my $300 to be on the dresser, and it wasn't there. So I was upset. I wasn't upset. I was hurt because I called him and he didn't answer. And I don't know how anybody else operate, but one thing about me, if you ghost me, you curve me or something like that, it's a wrap. I don't play like that. So I'm like, damn, he's a snake. Then I got bit by a motherfucking snake.
Sure am. Big snake. Anaconda. Keep going.
So I'm like, my money ain't on the dresser. How am I gonna pay my rent, my bills? I really needed that money because I was I was getting away from anybody that didn't have clean hands. You know, I know it's a way to get money. It's all type of ways to get money. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you just gotta choose one. And my only source of income at the time as a single woman, paying what she weighed, was working at a job. I was working for a nursing home. So when he did that, it put me in a compromising situation because I could have went backwards. I could have went back to my ex. I could have went out and hoed. I could have stuck somebody up. I could have did a whole lot of shit.
I was wrong.
But instead, I got evicted.
And I was wrong. I didn't keep my word. Keep going.
I got evicted over $300. So anyways, fast forward on the timeline, I ran back into Timothy. At this time, I got a daughter. I got one child, my first child, Amira. I don't know. I seen Tim on Facebook. Now when I try to rewind the tape back on that, I don't know if I reached out to him or he reached out to me. But I might have reached out to him on Facebook first, only because at the time, like after I had Amira and stuff, and I was like really reflecting back on my life and how I was gonna start moving different with a child and stuff, and all the people that had been in my life. Like when I seen Tim's name, you know, it says the suggested friends or whatever. I'm like, damn, like, you know, I don't know what happened. Like I thought he was thorough, you know. So I don't know if he hit me up or I hit him up, but we ended up reuniting as friends via Facebook. So then, you know, he's like, won't you pull up on me? You know what I'm saying? So I went to his job. He was working security at the time. I had my daughter in the back seat. At the time, she was about 2 years old. So if Amira was 2, I didn't have her to 29. At the time, I was 31. So 31, what year was that, y'all? That was 10 years ago. So that was 2013. Yeah, that was 2013. So I pull up on him at his job, and he's like, you know, I'm like, man, you know, I'm a single mom. You know, the dad, he ended up leaving, and you know, this is where I'm at right now. I don't have a big support system. Like my stepmom is from Kentucky. So all my family that I have, anybody that's my family in Kentucky is through my stepmom. And then all my family is in Florida for the most part and other places. So, you know, my dad really wasn't helping me or nothing. So I was just like, man, like I was really, really getting it out the mud, getting it on my own, but I was doing it the righteous way. I was working. So I'm like, man, like, shit. Like, I don't know, bro. It's just hard out here. I'm just, you know, keeping it real with him. Like, I got a 2-year-old daughter. I don't really have a support system. It's just hard out here. And so I ended up, you know, telling him what was going on with me. And basically, I told him, like, you know, you was a bad friend to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you left a bad impression. And I was like, look, you know, he asked me if we can be friends again. I said, we can be friends, but only on the one condition. That's all it's ever going to be, is friends. That's it. I'm not interested in rekindling nothing, going on no dates with you, none of that. I just need a friend. I need somebody that's going to be a friend to me. And so he was like, okay, that's cool, or whatever.
Or whatever. No,
Not like that.
I actually was your friend. I kept my word about being your friend. Did I not? I'm just saying, because it ain't no whatever. The fact
It's
is,
my, well, okay, Lord, did you tell your, no, you tell me when I can talk.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Keep
no, see, whatever. So anyways, I forgot where I was.
No, you talking about me being your friend.
He wasn't. I'm trying to get to the part where I can brag on you, but you won't let me.
I don't want you to brag on me. I want you to tell the truth.
And I haven't been telling the truth. Am I a person to lie?
No.
That you know of from the outside looking in?
I just want to see what's going to happen.
So anyways, I had, like, you know what I'm saying, like when I'm feeling down, depressed and stuff, this is what I do to get me out of my depression. First of all, I think about somebody else outside. I write. I figure out, I don't neglect myself. I write. I figure out, you know, what's going on. So in order for me to know what's going on, I have to write out my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I have to meditate. I have to pray. Like, I've always been able to do that. And somebody that really taught me how to do that was probably my mom first. I'm not even going to lie. And then, you know, it's other people that's helped me, like, along the way, like Shoe Shine. You know what I'm saying? I got to give Frank his props. My dad, like, you know, my friend. Sig-Eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got certain people in my life that's really helped me along the way. My godfather, rest his soul, Paul Napier. But anyways. So, I'm feeling down. I got this 2-year-old, and I just need a friend. And Tim said he was going to be my friend. So that's when I started leading ladies, because I felt like it wasn't enough for these young ladies to do. You know, like, I'm just like, damn, like, instead of being depressed about there's no culture, there's nothing for the children to do, blah, 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 I want you to be the change that you want to see. So that's when I started leading ladies. You okay? In my mind. In my mind. So when I started leading ladies, back in about at, you know, 2014, 15, somewhere around that time, I asked Timothy, Farmer Brown, Trevor Claiborne, he had asked me to collaborate with him because he had the Farmer Brown character, which was a educational hip-hop character to teach about agriculture to the children. So he was like, hey, like, I got this going on at K-State. Won't you let the leading ladies help me? You know what I'm saying? By dancing behind me and just, you know, like, you know, let's put our programs together. So I'm like, okay, cool, but let me take a step back, because I got to give Quentin Roberts his props. Leading Ladies started actually because of Quentin Roberts. And this is how. He was at the Charles Young Center, and, you know, it was people there that was really trying to utilize the building to be productive for the children, you know, when they're not in school and stuff. And so he's been very instrumental in helping the youth, mainly the little boys in football and stuff. So shout out to Quentin Roberts. But, you know, he was like, hey, he was like, we need a dance instructor. For the lead, it was going to be called The Lead. And he was like, won't you come and, you know, won't you come and help? So I'm like, cool, you know, I've been wanting something to do, you know, and that's something that me and my daughter, we can do together. So, well, when I got there, like, you know, everything didn't work out. You know, it was paperwork, all this kind of stuff. It always be like that, you know, when you try to do something. It's all about the paperwork and the business, and then the children get left on in the background. So that's basically what happened. Politics wouldn't let us be able to do it. So I was like, man, like I had went and pretty much recruited all these young ladies to be on the lead dance team. So I was like, well, I had already started recruiting. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna start something on my own. I'm just gonna start the leading ladies and do it like that. So I went. It wasn't not for profit. It was for profit. It was an LLC. I went, took care of my business, got everything on paper, and just went that route. So, okay, back to Farmer Brown. Farmer Brown had asked if we can collaborate with him. He had a whole full project going on at K-State where he had the character doing music, teaching about agriculture, doing hip-hop. So we started working together. We started collaborating. And, you know, I just felt life again. Like just being able to have something that was culturally... that had culture in it, and also was something family, because me and my daughter, we can do it together, and it involved in community. So there was a lot of key aspects to me that was important to me. So once we started, you know, building and we started collaborating, we started getting invites to different shows and stuff, and then we started making videos and all kind of stuff. And then we got invited to the United Nations. So we got invited to the United Nations. I think that was back in we started leading ladies in 2015, 17. I don't know, maybe around 2017 or something like that. We got invited to the United Nations. So I was pregnant at the time. Yeah, because Amira was, it was 2017.
So how long have we been friends? If Amira was 2, and then you have Amira at 2017, like how long? Amira was 2, she's what, 12 then?
Mm-hmm. So
we've been friends for 10 years?
Yeah, because Tobiel was around the same age.
Yeah.
So anyways, where was I at?
You was talking about you was pregnant.
2017, we got invited, me, Trevor, the leading ladies, and then Farmer Brown, the MC, Trevor, we all got invited to the United Nations. So I was going to go. I did everything to plan to go, whatever. So when it came time to go, it was a bad snowstorm in New York, where the United Nations is. So I had to really think about, dang, like, is it really worth me going, almost like probably falling, dealing with all this, the stress, everything, or should I just need to leave my butt at home with my child pregnant, because I already had Amira and I was pregnant. So, you know, with the snowstorm and all that, I felt like that was a sign for me to stay home. Let me see him back. Come on, get tired. I felt like, can you turn that fan this way, man, please? I felt like it was a sign for me to stay home with my baby, so I did. So instead, what I did was I asked him to go to the United Nations in my place. Now, the reason why I asked him is because he had been helping me. He had been helping us. You know, I told him that I needed somebody to help us as far as security, because we're getting invited to all these places, and I felt, I'm gonna keep it real, I felt like Trevor, Farmer Brown, I felt like when he would invite us to come to these places, I felt like he was just concerned about him and how he was gonna get there and how he was gonna, you know, be Farmer Brown when he got there and all that, but I felt like he wasn't really concerned about the women, the ladies, the young girls, leading ladies. I felt like he wasn't, because he wasn't, as a man, putting our safety first. And we're going all these different places. So that's why I had Tim come and help us. I said, hey, you my friend? You really my friend? I need you to help me. I started this organization.
I was really your friend because I was around when you got pregnant. I was around with Sean. I've been there for a lot of years. So yeah, I was really your friend. Come on. No, I was really your friend. I'm
trying to tell them that, but you tell the story.
No, years went by. You didn't just show up.
I'm not telling. But I'm just now getting to you.
But what I'm saying, it's not complicated. You making it seem like if I got to prove that I'm your friend, because you said if you're really my friend.
I'm not trying to do nothing. You told me to get on here and talk and tell my story and interview you. Now I let you talk the last video. This on video. You told me to shut up. Because you owe me a public apology.
I apologize. Keep going.
Nah.
I want you to talk about what you was talking about when the camera wasn't on, though.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, so you talk about it, because I talked about a whole lot of stuff. So whatever specific part that you want to talk about it.
You know, you said I'm a cheater.
No, I said it's a matter of time. Look at your shirt. What I'm saying is that you and your daughter are disrespectful. Your children are disrespectful to me, and you allow it. And you're disrespectful.
I apologize. So tell me how I'm disrespectful.
You're disrespectful because when we first got together, but let me brag on you like I was.
No, I want you to get into
No,
the nitty-gritty.
no, because this is the nitty gritty.
Oh, okay.
But I'm about to be quiet. So anyways, Timothy was one of the only people. Well, first of all, he was the only person to provide security for us. He was the only person. He did what Trevor couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Trevor was good at networking and communicating and shaking hands and kissing babies. But what he was not doing was being a man and protecting these children and make sure we were safe and make sure we got to the destination when he arrived. You should never beat us to the destination, bro. That's not cool, Trevor. That wasn't cool. And we beefed a little bit on Facebook about that, and we got history of that. We did. Me and you was about to beef because you didn't know what it was like until you had children. And I already knew that. That's the only reason why I gave you mercy and grace. So anyways, Timothy, a man, you know, he was a man at the time. A God-fearing man at the time. That's who I met. Timothy Lamont Johnson. He came and he said, yes, I will help provide security. I will be your security. I will make sure nothing happens to you or these young ladies. Matter of fact, he went above and beyond. And we was at West End. We was everywhere trying to do fundraisers and everything to go to New York to get to the United Nations. So anyways, in 2017, when it was a snowstorm, our first invite to the United Nations, I went on and said, you know what, I'm not going to go. I'm going to stay with my child, but I'm not going to be selfish either. And I feel like parents, this is up to y'all if y'all want to go or not, but it won't be under leading ladies. I'm saying we shouldn't go. But they said they still wanted to go, the ones that was going. So I said, okay, cool. Well, I will make sure Timothy goes in my place for representation, not only representation, but first and foremost security to make sure y'all was fine, because the fact of the matter is the children and the mamas felt the same way that I felt, that Farmer Brown would show up and show out and just, you know, wasn't really concerned about us as women and children. But I knew that he didn't understand because he didn't have none at the time. So anyways, Timothy, you know, he was been a friend to me. He was helping me with the fundraisers. He was flagging people down, saying, hey, come and get these chili dogs. Come and get these cookies. Whatever we were selling at the time, he was helping us gain the money to do it by supporting us and making sure we had safety that we needed. So I commend him for that. He did that. During that time, we didn't have no sex, no kiss, no nothing, not even talking about it, no nothing. I was serious about that.
Yeah, we was friends.
We was friends. And not only that, but, you know, when somebody violates you like that, you and you know, you want them to be your friend again, you have to see.
Well, I had never had nobody ever in my life come back and say, hold on, I can stop. I've never had nobody in my life ever come back and say, I still want to be your friend. Low, babe. I still want to be your friend despite the fact of your behavior. So when she asked me to be her friend, yeah, I was her friend, and I was her friend, like all the way from that day to year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6. We have talked with each other about a lot of things.
So yeah, so Timothy ended up going to the United Nations in my place in 2017. He provided the security and the representation that leading ladies needed. So then, boom. So after that,
let me tell this part though.
Okay.
Miss Muhammad in trouble.
Okay. Yeah, Miss Patricia Muhammad.
Yeah, because no, the truth of the matter is that the main reason why we was there probably had something to do with Miss Muhammad inviting us, and then trouble, and then it made for a good thing for her agenda. And Trevor's, I don't know what it was, but y'all two jumped on that shuttle bus and went to the UN and didn't have not one leading lady with you. Now, all the stuff I went through, you know what I'm saying? I went through a lot. It was a snowstorm. It was a blizzard, shut the city down. So trust me, I went through a lot. But what I didn't do was leave them little girls at that hotel.
And Miss Muhammad wouldn't even share her hotel room with them.
What I didn't do was fail the mission. Even though I only got one little girl there, and thank you, cute. I appreciate you. Because your courage is commendable. But she could testify that I was exemplary in my behavior.
Who was that?
Kunai. Yeah, she was with me the whole time. Because I stayed with her the whole time. That's what you asked me to do. I didn't wander off and make no connections with nobody else.
Okay, baby, you don't have to get angry.
No, I'm not angry. I'm talking. I didn't wander off and make no connection with other people. I didn't try to use that opportunity for my benefit. I kept my word.
Okay. Why don't you come in the camera, baby, for a second, please? Let me get...
I kept my word to the point where we got invited back the next year.
Absolutely, because he did everything.
No, I didn't. I did the right thing.
Well, what did I do?
You did.
You
did what you set it up.
This is an interview.
No, what you did was you get the ladies and was in position to get invited, and you invited me. That's what you did.
You think it was a good thing that I did, or you think it was a bad thing?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer
I think it was a good thing because at the time nobody had anything for the children doing. It was built on good intent, and it was built off of my relationship with the Most High.
Well,
so I know that anything that's made for evil, He's gonna turn it good because I know the intent.
Yeah, because we discussed that before you asked me to go. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, you know what the UN is.
Yeah, but I haven't watched CNN since I was young.
I ain't talking about CNN.
I'm talking about what I felt.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, I'm feeling what you're saying though. It ain't no never man. Trust me. It's a man and it's a never. But it ain't no never man.
No, but every time I try to talk, you want to shut me up. You have a hard time listening.
Okay, well come on back and finish your story.
No. I'm about to go. I'm about to do this story first. But I just want you to talk to me.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not trying to talk to you. I want her to express to y'all what she was saying to me while the camera wasn't on. We just gonna keep it real, and I'm gonna be honest about whatever she say. I'm gonna be honest about it, 100%, real, because you gonna see. Because I'm not worried about the court of public opinion. If anybody was listening, I went through a recovery program. So trust me, I know how to take a look at myself. So what we're doing right now ain't an exercise in futility.
Y'all still here? All right. So anyways, so yeah, he was living a righteous life. That's the only way he was gonna be around the children. I wouldn't have had it no other way. And I was looking for people to help, you know what I'm saying, that could really keep their word and and be honorable for the women and children. And Timothy, he did that. I can't even lie. I can't stand on him.
You know, we had an after-school program at Tate Street too. Me and Corey done.
The what you call it?
You know, did you ever come out there?
I went. We all met at the library one day, at the public library.
So Tate Street got there on.
No, we met on the north side too.
No, we had a program. That was for Men of Action.
Oh, that's the one I'm talking about.
That was another program I was doing.
Yeah.
But this was an after-school program in Tate Street.
But you notice that they don't let stuff like that last long.
You know, I can't do nothing about that. I can just do my best.
No, I know. I'm just saying though, like it don't last long. You know why? It's relevant because we don't get the support.
And before I got locked up the last time, I had a program, a gardening program for you.
Yeah, I remember I was gonna help you with it. I remember we found somebody that was gonna.
I had 3 schools already working. I had 3 young men and 3 elementary schools in Fayette County. That's documented. They, you know, locked me up. So I got locked up.
Okay. So we get invited to the UN in 2017, and I asked Timothy would he come and help protect us, and he did. He ended up going to my place because I was pregnant with my first son, Amir, at the time, and it was a big snowstorm / blizzard going on in New York. So he went to protect and represent leading ladies to the United Nations 2017 when we were invited there. Now they re-invited us again. We got a second invite in 2018. At this point in time, my son is like, 7, 8 months years old. And I'm like, okay, this time I'm gonna go. Let me go and see what's up. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. I don't know how we got invited to the United Nations. My only knowledge of the United Nations is when I was young. My dad used to make us do CNN headline news reports. We had to do 2 domestic, 1 foreign, and a factoid. We had to do it every single day. Ask my cousin Audrey, she'll tell you. Ask Sequoia, you can ask them because they came to visit one time and they had to do them too. So anyways, the only thing I knew about the United Nations is what I learned when I was young. So to make a long story short, I went to the United Nations in 2018 and it was a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie, I wasn't all the way healthy at the time, but I was living my life. And I wasn't like living destructively, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I wasn't probably making the best decisions. I had went to the United Nations in 2018. Tim came with us. Farmer Brown had bought his, I don't know if they're married now, but his wife, Ashley, at the time, I think they were just dating. But his wife now, she came. And, this time we went, and this is my first time going, but I felt the same way as far as with Farmer Brown. And we had Tim with us this time, so we didn't really need the security. You know what I'm saying? We just needed the, the commitment, the awareness that, we, the women and the children, the girls, we were there because of him. But I think we were there because of the leading ladies. I think that's what got us invited to the United Nations, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, because it was a women and children.
But it was a women
agricultural convention. Convention or the annual.
Yeah, it was
about women.
It was about young ladies. It was about young ladies and women. That's what the conference was about. So I couldn't understand how Farmer Brown was more important than leading ladies.
So if leading ladies didn't go, if leading ladies wasn't a part of it, Miss Muhammad and Trevor wouldn't get to go. They had to have a representation.
So, I guess we were the representation.
Because the way they jumped on that shuttle, I don't know if Miss Muhammad ever been there before. Nah, she said she had, but I don't know. Because the way she jumped on that shuttle bus without any of those little girls, I don't know. It feels like she was going to Kings Island for the first time. And then Trevor Cole walked on that bus, though. It kind of messed me up for real. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But for real, My mama raised me better than that. And for real, I had to fight for the one young lady to go. It wasn't easy. She didn't want to go. By that time, she didn't want to go with all the negative energy and all the negative that was going on. She didn't even want to go. It took a strange lady out of nowhere to walk up and pray over us. Me, her, and her mama.
Well, that was in 2017 when I didn't go. But everything was cool then. I mean, it wasn't nothing going on. Everything was cool.
Oh, there was a lot going on.
Yeah, it was, but everything was cool. It should have been. If we got invited and we're the reason leading ladies got invited, what's the problem?
No, it wasn't cool. There was a lot going on. It was 6 women in one hotel room and Miss Muhammad by herself.
Well, that part, Miss Muhammad, Miss Muhammad was being selfish.
Yeah.
Miss Muhammad was on. It felt like Miss Muhammad had a whole nother agenda.
She did.
Like for me, when she came to us, like I didn't even know Miss Muhammad. I don't even know. I don't even know how I met Miss Muhammad. Maybe I met her through Trevor.
Her agenda was to get plugged in. She already knew Queen Mother, and she wanted to get plugged in deeper. So she brought a delegation. Instead of just going by herself, she brought a delegation catering to what they was looking at that day, and that was young women and young girls. So that's why I told you when you invited me to go, I told you I don't know, because the UN is like not what you think it is. And to take young girls is probably not the best of ideas.
Well, this whole life is not what I think it is. People ain't what I think it is. And I felt like God was going to use that to turn it to the good.
I said, yeah, I go on that. You know what I'm saying? When you said you was going to do it, I said, yeah, I got to go. I'm going to make sure that I protect them. You didn't get to go, but you got to go 2018. What happened 2018?
Well, 2018, I'm trying to come to them with like, hey, like, won't y'all invest in leading ladies? Or, hey, won't y'all just give the girls some internship? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
give the girls.
They promised us internships 2017.
But I'm trying to figure out why they not, what's going on. You feel me? Maybe they need to see me.
Yeah.
So I'm, like, hey, we need internships, we need scholarships, we need a bridge between underserved communities and HBCUs.
And the international community.
In HBCUs. That's what I wanted.
And the UN will provide an international community.
Internship. I wanted something to where it would give the young ladies an incentive to be disciplined. And you know what I'm saying? To like, I got something to look forward to. Well, so, they promised that they was going to help do all this stuff. When I went to the conference and it was kings and queens in the conference that I was in. It was kings and queens from Africa when I went. And I had met a king from Benin. And we took a picture together and all that. He gave me his information. He said, you can get in touch with me through my assistant. So that's how I had his number. But it's so funny because when I would call or try to text or anything, I never got any response. And it's like, damn, my hope was shattered again, because I was like, wow, this is big. Like, we can get some of the African young ladies come here and come to some HBCUs, and maybe if some of them want to go over there and get educated and, get a new culture experience and stuff, like, this is dope. But I called, no answer, no nothing. Oh, and let me say this. Let me back up. Shout out to Darwin Wingate. First of all, I want to publicly apologize to Darwin, Mr. Darwin, because he was one of the only few people that helped us get to the United Nations when we was asking for help. And the sad thing about it, I had went to go see Chris Ford at the government building. I went to go see James Brown. I talked to the Black Church Coalition in Lexington. I talked to almost everybody, every institution, all churches, everything, and none of them would contribute to the cause. None of them. Chris Ford, which is originally from Tallahassee, my hometown, he said that he was going to help, and he did. So, there you have it. Mr. James Brown, I respected him. At least he did say no. He gave me an answer. Chris, the least you could have did, Chris Ford, the least you could have did was say, I'm sorry, I can't help you. But no, what do? You say, yeah, I'm going to help you. And what do you do when I call you back? You didn't even fucking answer the phone. Nigga, how many times have you been over my grandma's house getting free meals and shit, spending the night and all that shit, nigga? You couldn't fucking help the leading ladies? Are you serious? And you done came all the way from Tallahassee to Kentucky to take what was he at the time? Commissioner? You take an official seat and you talking about you about the community when I know you from Tallahassee, this community in Florida, and you wouldn't help? But that's a whole nother story. So anyways, Darwin, Wingate, thank you, brother. Thank you for helping. Thank you for not disrespecting. Thank you for being honorable. Thank you for being upright. And I apologize. I did not know that night when we was honoring you at the Lyric Theater that you was there. I told my cousin to let me know, everybody that came, all the people that I was honoring, to let me know when they got there so I can properly greet y'all and, you know, scratch you off the list. I did not know you was there. And I apologize. So please forgive me. Darwin, he really helped us, man. He helped us. And I didn't even really know him like that. You know what I'm saying? But now I know he's a good man. He's a man of God. So anyways, after that, you know, the support really wasn't there. I don't know what's going on with the United Nations. Nobody's answering the phone. Nobody's trying to keep their word on what they're going to do for these young ladies. So I just was like, I don't know if I want to do this no more. And plus, not only that, I was just like, you know, like kind of like in a low place again. Like I'm not really feeling the culture. I'm not feeling the energy in Lexington. I need to do something else. Now, mind you, I have 2 children at the time, and I'm a single mom, and I'm like, you know, I want to get out of here. I want to move. I don't want to just be here for the rest of my life and not experience anything else. So that's when my dad, I told my dad how I was feeling. He suggested I move to South Florida to help with the business. So when I get down here, I've already told this story. Things started going left. I feel like I'm mentally, spiritually, physically, I don't feel safe. And I tell my dad about what's going on. Now, mind you, my dad is trying to get custody of my daughter at the time. Well, not custody, but he's trying to take her to be with him so he can help with her career, because she's very talented in dancing and singing and rapping. She got it. She got it. And we know she got it. So he was saying, let me get Amira and take her with me, and that way you can focus on, you know, getting everything you need to do in Florida, and I have her, and maybe she can help you financially. And I just, like, I'm a person of logic. Like, I don't too much care for my stepmama, but I can't deny some of the things that she's taught me, because it's been helpful. And she's a very logical person. She thinks she's a person of logic. And I'm like, wow, like, okay, first of all, you didn't protect me. Even though you won't say you was in prison, Dad, you didn't protect me. It takes 2. And the man is supposed to protect and provide. So if you just able to blame everything on the woman, where is your accountability? Because I'm taking mine. I'm holding myself accountable. So anyways, where was I at, babe? Do you remember? So I moved down here. You know, my dad is acting funny. He wants to take Amira. And the logical thing that I was thinking was that, first of all, Dad, how are you going to, because me and him, we had a talk. I said, you know, if you do take her, I don't want nobody else raising her or none of that. I want you to do it. And so he was like, I got you. I said, I don't want her to be with Shaquita. I don't want her to be over there in that negative ass energy, taking all her bitterness out on Amira. I don't want that for her. We got to do something different. She already did that with me. So he's like, I got it. And I said, I don't really want Dion to do it. You know, that's not how I want you to show interest in that since you're bringing it to me. So he's like, okay, cool, whatever. But then I got to thinking about it. First of all, you never protected me. You didn't protect me. And not only that, everybody knows you busy on the hamster wheel, that you can't really slow down to really take care of a child like that. Like, for real, it takes more than money. It takes time. So I'm like, damn, I know Dad don't have time to take care of my daughter. And not only that, if something he has to do just comes up, like, what does that look like? So I'm like, nah, like, no. So logically, when I thought logic, I'm like, nah, she can't go. So I ended up calling my husband. I told him how I felt. And that's when I was like, look, I'm door dashing right now. He was trying to get his stuff back together. He had just got out of jail. His children, needed him at the time. So I said, hey, won't you come? And I had already helped him get a job with my dad. He was supposed to be starting work with my dad in Lexington. So I said, hey, before you do that, please come down. Because he was already somewhere else. So I said, before you go back to Lexington, just come here for a minute so we can help each other. At least you can go back to Lexington with some money in your pocket. And then you can start your job and you can give your children some money and help them. So he was like, okay. I help him. He helped me. Boom. We can do something. We were strictly friends. We wasn't having sex or none of that. He came down here. He honored his word. I was door dashing. My car had messed up. And boom, there we was where I had to call my dad. Tim was like, you about to have a nervous breakdown. You need to call your dad. If you down here because he told you to come down here and you're supposed to work for the company, that didn't work out, the pandemic's going on, your car's messing up, you need to call your dad. So that's what I did. I called Dad. And y'all already know how that went. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, me and Tim, while he was down here and I was going through my trials, he was going through his thing, we ended up, realizing that we really loved each other. Like, we really had a genuine friendship and we really could trust one another. Like, we realized that. And so then, after that, we ended up getting married. Okay? Now, when I married my husband, I married him for the man of God that he is. I married him for the principles that we shared. I married him for having a God-led, fulfilled life. That's why I married him. Because he was purpose-driven in the Most High. However, then, okay, babe, come on. Oh, you want to stay over there? Because I think okay.
What?
I think it'd be better if you came over here.
I know. Everybody else sees that too.
So, can I talk freely or do you want me to?
No, I want you to tell the truth. I want you to speak. I want you to say what you said to me when the camera wasn't up.
I don't know if that's is that a setup?
No. You said you're going to keep it real.
Okay. Because I don't want you to be mad at me later.
No, I ain't going to be mad at you at all.
All right. So, my husband, a few days before, he pretty much did a live on the platform telling you guys about who he was and how he grew up and how did we get to this point. Well, anyways, when I married Timothy in front of God. When I said those vows, I said it to my husband. He said them to me. And we said it under God. And we had already set our foundation. We said no secrets. No, none of that. We're going to have a solid relationship to where we can trust one another. But here's the thing. I did not know that my husband was in the position that he was in. I had no idea.
What position is that?
Well, Mr. Larry Hoover being your uncle.
Okay.
I did not know that. And that's where the confusion come in at.
Elaborate.
Well, because I feel like because of that, it has followed you everywhere you go. And I feel like people are affected by it. And you might not even be aware of it. And you don't even know how it's affecting them. But it's not in a good way. Because you know, from not having any knowledge on that and from on the outside looking in, knowing what I know now, it's serving two guys. And like you said in the other video, if you serving two guys, you're going to betray one of them.
I told you I took a bet upside the head to not serve no devil or no demonic shit. I told you that.
I know that, but I'm saying, but you know how dad is by default and he's all this stuff or whatever, you know?
No, I told you that I took a bet upside the head, so I didn't have to do what nobody was telling me. So I did not have to serve two guys.
Okay,
I told you that you knew that.
So what's the confusion in?
No, you knew that.
I know, but what's the confusion?
I don't know. You come on, let's go.
All right, here's the confusion. Other people don't want to let it go. They don't want to let it go.
They don't want to let what go?
The fact that you have a wife, the same thing that I'm dealing with on my end. Would you agree?
Yes. But break it down. What are you referring to?
You interviewing me now.
No, I'm just saying because you got me confused. You saying other people who? Tamira? My daughter?
Yes,
Well,
that she's been disrespectful and Toviel's been disrespectful too. And Juanita, you know, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that you won't talk to me as a woman, if you want something from him, then that's kind of being disrespectful too.
What did she ask me for?
No, I'm saying,
okay.
if because I feel like when I'm talking to Tamira, you remember I had asked Juanita, won't she just get on the phone, Juanita, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Because they her children. That's why. When Toviel come here, most healthy relationships, they talk. You talk to Daryl, you talk to Sean. So that's a reason to talk.
But they were willing to talk to me.
Exactly.
Well, I can't help it.
I know, but I can't help it if they not willing to talk to me. You see how it works?
Yeah. So that leaves me and you together, not me, you, and them.
But when your daughter comes to you after she's already been disrespectful and disruptive, and we told her that we don't keep secrets between each other, she's trying to make you keep secrets and go against your vows underneath God. That's the problem.
So I'm the only vow breaker?
I'm not saying that.
Oh, that's breaking my vows, keeping a secret with my daughter. No, my daughter told me not to tell you.
I know.
And like I said to you, if you would have just called her, she probably would have told you herself. But that's not.
I did try to call her.
Okay.
I did try to reach out to her.
Okay.
And she told me when we talked on the phone, when she called today, and she said, you want to go ahead and have this conversation? She said that she was never interested in getting to know me. She just did that to get to you.
What you want me to do about that, Samira?
What do you mean?
I told her that obviously I'm married to you.
I'm saying the same thing you told me. She's able to disrespect me because you allow it.
Okay. All right. So elaborate, how do I allow it?
You allow it by keep telling me to keep a foot on my children's neck and make them walk at attention, just like my dad used to do. Then your children on the outside, they don't have to do the same thing. Why? Because they not here day for day? It's not because they not here day for day. They don't want to be here day for day. We've sent them several welcoming invites to come and live with us in South Florida. And they keep fucking holding my husband hostage and holding them accountable for a decision they made. And he allows them to be disrespectful. They call each other bitches, motherfuckers, all type of shit.
Who was they? You and Tamira was calling each other.
No, she called me a bitch.
And you called her something else?
I called her one after she called me one because I'm a grown woman. You're letting her disrespect me. You called me.
Let me
before you argue. This is my life.
I told her to
and
apologize.
she's not. You already know she's not. But let me just finish because you're gonna argue to keep that position.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
You don't listen to me. You don't. And you want everybody to listen to you.
Go ahead. You right.
And you keep your foot on everybody's neck except for yours.
My children ain't in no trouble.
I didn't say they wasn't.
Okay, well then explain to me.
So my children are in trouble is what you're saying?
No, I didn't say that. I said my children
I didn't say they was in trouble.
You said
I said they was disrespectful.
Okay.
And I stand on that.
Okay.
Because that's the truth.
Okay.
Now, if you don't feel like that, then tell me I'm wrong.
I don't know, what to tell you.
But you're a therapist. You have 2 master degrees and everything. You can diagnose all my children.
I have one. But
You've diagnosed all my children.
I got your children therapy.
Okay, and I tried to get yours therapy, and they don't want it.
Okay.
So how can I be there for me if they're not open? Just like you said.
Right.
I've been open. That young lady told me I haven't done anything for her. She went on a whole trip to Leading Ladies, and I had to come out of my pocket to help my friend to get her there. We didn't have no money. Wasn't nobody making no money off of Leading Ladies. I'm talking about we didn't have any for a foundation.
But I did give you money.
What I'm saying, babe, is that y'all took from me.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have no money.
Okay.
I'm not saying y'all took from me. What I'm saying is if I haven't been beneficial, productive, effective, anything, I haven't helped them in any type of way, then I'm the unhealthy one that needs to leave. Because according to you, I don't do nothing for your children because they choose not to live here. And they're not here day for day. But let me tell you what I have done. Yeah, just for them not to answer, to hang up, to go like this, like my dad was doing in the camera and all that.
You don't think the 4 years I've been here with a mirror and a mirror that I've had to endure situations? You know what I'm saying?
You don't think that we've already talked about it. Let's keep talking about it. Because what we do, this is what we do.
You don't have enough for mine.
You don't have patience for mine. You came here.
4 years later.
You came. What he want to say? What he want me to say is I cheated on him.
It's 4 years
I
later.
cheated on my husband. I did. I really did. And what they want me to say is that I'm crazy. They want to say that I'm crazy. No, you know what I'm saying? But what I want to say is I had gave up because I was tired because my husband said that we married together in God's union. He said, fuck my God. He was praying for a whole nother entity saying, please, somebody else come and help me. I said, you ain't got to ask nobody to help. This is why I cheated. You ain't got to go and ask nobody to help you. Go back to your fucking wife. Because that's who you loyal to. You're not worried about my children in this household. You got to, no, let me finish.
I got your children
and
therapy.
I tried to give your children therapy and they don't want it. So it's my fault. No, it's not my fault. It's you and Quinita's fault.
Right.
Those are your, that's a product of y'all. And I've been trying to help. And y'all say I don't do nothing. I'm hurting y'all. I'm fucking your head up and all that. And when y'all fuck their heads up.
Okay.
Anything's going on with my children, I take full accountable for. What about y'all?
How did I get them in therapy then?
Okay, you did. You did that as a friend and a husband. But how can I make your children go to therapy just like I can't make them talk to me?
No, you're not even calling them. You don't even give them a chance.
Yes, I do.
You can't call a child one time and then stop because they don't answer the phone.
Who? I send him texts periodically all the time. I send him a heart last night.
Okay.
You don't know what the fuck I do because you too busy with a motherfucking cape on trying to help bitches. And you don't give a fuck about your family. You too busy trying to be a fucking hero, Black Jesus, nigga. Hell yeah, if you got a nickname named Black Jesus, nigga, I'm gonna make sure you walk fucking perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep going. Keep going. When did I cheat?
You about to. It's a matter of time because you steal.
Yeah, sure do.
So don't fucking play.
Well, go ahead. I sure do.
And guess what you told me?
What?
You said, you know what, Samira? I forgive you. And we're going to start over. But you didn't forgive me because you haven't forgave yourself. Therefore, you're always trying to overcompensate for the negative shit that you've done in your life. But we don't have to pay for it because we wasn't a part of that union. Right now, I need 4 new tires on my car and a wheel alignment. Tamira, do you need that? No. You have brand new tires and a nice truck. I have the same car that I purchased. My check engine light is on. I have an old raggedy 2006 Toyota Camry that I'm proud of that I purchased because when I moved down here, my car got repoed. I told my husband, I don't need none of no fucking money that I don't know where it came from. I don't need that shit. Nigga, I ain't living like that. And I don't want to live like that. And I'm not going back. So that's why I cheated. Because I'm tired of him serving 2 different masters. I didn't sign up for that. And I never thought, and I never knew that he was in the position that he's in. So I felt like I was lied to, which I was. Because if you leave out something that critical, that's a motherfucking lie. You took away my choice. So that's how I felt. So that's why I cheated. I wasn't living a fucking hot girl summer. I was fed up. I was on my way out the motherfucking door. Because I'm tired of this shit. Now, I don't know how many, who's on the team, who's not on the team, whatever. I don't really give a fuck. Because when I married my husband, I didn't know nothing about no team. Nigga, it was all about fucking family. So if you're family, then that means you work for God, the Most High. But if not, you're working for the devil. So hell yeah, I cheated. I cheated. And I felt like he was going to do the same shit when I found out that he did not tell me that he was in the position that he's in. And y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about because Larry Hoover is his fucking uncle. I cheated on my husband because I didn't want to fucking deal with that shit. Because I married him under God's law when we did our vows. I didn't do vows with them. So I don't know what the fuck they talking about. I don't know what they own. And I don't really care. I'm giving him a choice. I gave him a choice that day. And guess what he does? He says he forgives me. But no, he brings it up every time. He don't want to talk about his children being disrespectful or him not keeping his word. Or if he just, you know, he's hard on my children. Like my dad was like a fucking sergeant. But when it comes to his children, let me just finish real quick. Okay. But when it comes to his children, he don't have that same energy. And see, it says a father that don't discipline their child is because they hate them. See, that's what it says in the Bible. If you don't do what you're supposed to do as far as disciplining your child, it's because you hate them. So when I give y'all the wisdom I give y'all, it ain't to fuck your head up. It's because I love you. If your head's fucked up, it was fucked up before you met me. That's a product of not me and Timothy, Tamira. That's a product of Quinita and Timothy. I can't help you. You have to help yourself. I've been telling you over and over again, Tamira Johnson, to go get therapy. You need therapy. But all you chasing is a motherfucking bag and a fucking nigga that don't want you. Hell yeah, I'm going to tell you the truth. What you want me to do? Lie to you? Nah, I got to be a bitch. I got to be a whore. I got to be the one fucking your head up. No, it was already fucked up, and I tried to help you. Even when I was going through my shit, you was going through your shit. I was going through my shit. Hell yeah, I know you was going through your shit because I was right there with you when I was going through my shit. I was right there for you when you wanted to jump off the motherfucking ledge. Your daddy wasn't even talking to you. My stepmama, Miss Dion, she did the same thing for me. She listened. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't do nothing else, if she didn't do nothing else but just listen, she listened. She let me get that shit out. So, Tamira, you're ungrateful. You're selfish. You're delusional. And you need to go get some therapy. For real. You don't need no bag. You don't need no Bitcoin. You don't need none of that. You need to get some therapy and take your ass back to school and get rid of that nigga. And Toviel, you need to take your principles that your grandma taught you. You need to take them with you everywhere you go. Don't leave them at the house when you leave there. No, you bring your principles with you. You don't leave them. And you talked about my house and said it was dirty and all this other shit. Well, guess what? First of all, when you came down here, I was 7 months pregnant, almost 8 months pregnant. And Tamira, another thing, let me back up real quick. I ain't did nothing for you. I done paid to make sure your dad is there for your fucking birthday. Tovia, I done rushed from one place to another to get to your birthday. I done gave y'all rides. Hell, y'all didn't even know when your daddy was deep in it with your mama, fighting that custody for y'all. I was giving him rides back and forth, letting him talk my motherfucking ear off. What do you mean? But y'all just like my family. If it ain't got nothing to do with a motherfucking cent or a check or a dollar or a Bitcoin or whatever else the fuck else you want to call it, then y'all don't see no fucking value in the key principle, which is wisdom. I'm like this and I'm frustrated because I'm tired. And I'm like, if y'all want them, y'all can have them. But guess what? He wants me. He wants this. So, Tamir, you're not his wife. It's not cool to smoke weed with your dad. That's not cool. And dad, it's not cool to make an agreement with no fucking child. It's not cool to do that. Y'all grown fucking men with little girls. Then they think they're y'all's wives. Dad, I never wanted to be your motherfucking wife. All I wanted to be was your daughter. Tamira, we're not fighting for the same thing. You're fighting yourself, Tamira. You're mad at your dad. You're mad at your mom. But you will still honor them. No matter what. Because if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be here. You keep talking about you know, you want to jump off the edge and you going crazy and all this shit. Maybe that's why. Honor your mother and your father. You ain't got to honor me. All I wanted to be was your fucking friend. I never put a step on the mom. You tripping, Tamira. And then, Tovia, you come down here, you cussing. You know what I'm saying? You cussing like a fucking seller. I hope your granny see this video. I'm telling Amira to do the right thing. You're not telling her to do the right thing. Y'all doing something else. She's going against the grain, not setting a positive example in the household. Tovia, you leave out of my door. You won't fucking close the door. You want to talk about a dirty fan. You left dirty shit everywhere. Everywhere you went, you was like a walking trash can. You just threw the shit down. I guess you was saying, oh, it's already dirty. I was 8 months pregnant, dealing with hell. So hell yeah, you was supposed to clean that fan. That's the least you can do. You didn't clean up after yourself. What is a pretty trash can when it's dirty in the inside? I know why my shit ain't all the way up to par. Do you? Because it's clean? Because it look good? That's how they gonna get y'all, because it always look good. So that's no knock, no shade, no none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying sweep around your own fucking door before you come over here sweeping over this one. And I don't care. Yeah, I know y'all, that's y'all's dad, that's y'all's father. I know that, but y'all disrespecting his wife, and that's where it goes. That's where it got. So I'm giving my husband an ultimatum right now. I know that the children come first. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad at him for whatever decision he wants to make. Yes, I cheated. I did. And he forgave me. But he bring that shit up every day so he can do what the fuck he want to do. And like I said, Timothy Lamont Johnson, it's a matter of time. You put on your cake for every bitch down here in Florida. You're disrespectful. Every time you see a fucking big butt, you don't think your daughter seen that? You don't think she's seen you operate like that? If I've seen it, she's seen it.
Can I speak?
And let me tell you something.
Can I speak?
If you got a weave and a BBL, you own down here in Florida. If you got a big butt, you fucking own. Come down here and get these niggas because they motherfucking suckers.
Can I speak? Who I commit adultery with? Who did I cheat with? Come on.
Who did you not keep your word with?
You.
Okay. I asked you to do certain stuff all the time,
right,
and you don't do it.
And I didn't do it. And I
so,
asked
and
you
you
to do
said you
too,
forgave me. No, it's about me. It's about me. It's all about me.
You gave me a choice.
It's all about me. It's always about me. You do that to your children too.
Give me some more.
You do it to your children too. I got y'all's back. You do it to them too.
Go ahead.
And then you wonder why Lena was out of her fucking mind. You do it to them too. You fuck heads up.
Okay. It's a lot. Y'all heard it. Live and in person. Thank you.
So no, this ain't no motherfucking cult. No, it's not no motherfucking sea walking. It ain't none of that shit over here. This is a union for God. This is God's union. This is the Creator's union. And if you mean my husband any well, then you work for God. And if you don't, you working for the devil. Yeah, I'm on one. I'm on one. I am, because I'm tired. I'm not a bitter, angry black woman. I'm tired. I'm tired. Men, please hear me, especially black men. Stress is a silent killer for black women. We are #1 in high blood pressure, HIV. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Then y'all want to look at Sexy Red and fucking judge us. No, that's what America looks like. We only getting back a reflection of what we put out there. So right now, America looks like Young Thug, maybe a woman, a red weave, and a butt. That's what the United States looks like. Y'all talking about my husband's supposed to be loyal to a cause. Y'all ain't fucking loyal to. Y'all ain't even loyal to your motherfucking selves. So how the fuck y'all gonna hold my husband at a responsibility to be loyal to? Y'all no, he's loyal to this right here where he's at. That's what he's loyal to. And he's gonna continue to be loyal to. And yes, I do expect perfection from him. Even though I cheated, I still deserve perfection. You wanna know why? Because he didn't tell me when we got married that Larry Hoover was his fucking uncle. He didn't tell me that everywhere he fucking goes is a motherfucking cloud that comes along with him and it's dark. He didn't fucking tell me that shit. And I didn't sign up for it. So hell yeah, I went out here and got me some motherfucking dick. I sure did. And I apologize, husband, for doing that. I apologize over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? I really have. I did it on his birthday. I did. Because that's how mad I was and that's how fed up I was. You know what I'm saying? But not only that, I feel like, and I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to put it right there. You know what I'm saying? I'll come back to that later on. However, my husband does not serve y'all. First and foremost, he serves his family. And second, God. First and foremost, God. So don't play with me. When him and I got married, that was God. I'm sick of it. Because a whole lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying, my husband done been on here talking about, yeah, the Howes, the Johnsons, they devils, they this, the Harrises, blah, blah, blah. Not the Johnsons. He don't say nothing about the Johnsons. But the Howes and the Harrises and the whoop, 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 and yada, 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 well, the Johnsons are just as fucked up. Because my husband's last name was Timothy Lamont Johnson. You know what I'm saying? If you don't think you got some devils and demons and vampires in your motherfucking clique, you a motherfucking lie. You are delusional, like Tamira said, if you don't believe that. And you can believe that. You have people that's plotting on you. You have people that are scheming. You have people that are trying to use you. You have the same heat that I got. I'm getting it from you too. And I've been getting it. I'm just now speaking out on it. You've been speaking and talking about my family's this and that and this and that and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, your family is crickets, silent. And they want to go through you to not have to go through God. And that's a problem.
Yes, deep. You're definitely going to do the right thing about that. Thank you for bringing all that out to me. I appreciate it.
So yes, I cheated. Nigga, I'm not scared to say what the fuck I do. I told my dad I cheated. I cheated in front of God. So if I ain't scared of God for cheating, why the fuck would I be scared of y'all? And yes, I'm God-fearing, but I told the motherfucking truth. It ain't like I didn't tell him the truth. I told the truth before I went to go do it and told him when I came back.
It's a lot.
So that's all I got to say right now. I don't know if my husband wants this live to keep going. If he got anything else to say right now, we could continue this later. But if you want to keep going, we can.
No, I'm fine. I want you to say how you felt. I'm glad you got to do that.
So yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not bitter, man. I'm not an angry black woman. I'm not none of that, man. We are tired. We are tired. We are tired of our men being committed to other shit outside of the house. And then when they come home, they tired, angry, mad, jealous, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? No. That puts too much stress on us. But more important, that puts too much stress on these children. Therefore, Tamira's out of her fucking mind right now. And she needs to go get therapy. Y'all make sure she gets therapy. Tamira and Toviel, Tamari and Tamia, get therapy, please. And Quinita, God bless you. For real. And I ain't got nothing else to say. You know what I'm saying? But optimal health is wealth. Peace.